Operation Rahat was now underway.
The genesis or the DNA of this entire Operation Rahat launched by the Indian Army and the Indian Air Force lies in the coordination between these two forces as well as the private operators and rescuing people who are stranded in this part of Uttarakhand. What I can explain to you is that these helicopters who are rescuing people from the Badri Valley have to in fact go beyond these mountains into the valley and in fact pick up the pilgrims from there and get them back here to Joshimath. What exactly the pilots face issues here is the weather and the terrain. The terrain is such that any time the valley and the valley's hills rather force a difficult task for the pilots. The weather plays truant many times rather not allowing them to do their sorties in a day.
The aerial route was the only practical way of pulling the pilgrims out of danger. After a quick strategy meeting, the pilots and their teams began their work. Hundreds of sorties every day. Hundreds of kilometers of trekking. But it was not supposed to be an easy task. And it did not turn out to be either.
Here at Dharsu Air Base, a temporary helipad was set up by Indian Air Force in record time, and over 5,000 people have been rescued from here. When we came here on Monday, Indian Air Force said that several people have been trapped in Harsil, Maneri and also in Gangotri. And then, from Sunday onwards, over 100 sorties were carried out by Indian Air Force to rescue people who were trapped in higher mountains.
The Army, ITBP and NDRF led from the front on the ground and marched thousands to safety. Entire military machinery was pressed into action.
And after that, when I tracked the complete route from Gaurikund to Jangal Chatti and further to the locations ahead of Jangal Patti, nobody is alive there. I'm telling you, nobody is alive now, and there are only dead bodies there. I had gone there to for the search and rescue of the people who got stuck in this devastation. But great support from my regiment and the battalion also. But I have come back, but I couldn't find anyone. But apart from that, there were so many people got stuck at Gaurikund, tried to evacuate to this place.
From the gigantic C-130J Super Hercules in the sky to NDRF volunteers on the ground. They were all an active part of Operation Rahat.
To sustain this high tempo of operations, I must also mention that what actually has helped us a lot in our training has been the recent exercise Livewire that we did in April to sustain this 2,800, 2,300, 3,000 people that we managed to bring out now is actually a result of the intense pace of operations we did in that exercise. So all our pilots have been through that process, in fact even in tougher conditions.
In a span of 12 days, the Indian Air Force had flown a total of 1,540 sorties. Over 100 sorties a day in rain and fog. C-130 heavy lift aircraft, Mi-17 V5s, ALH, Chetaks and Dhruv helicopters were all deployed. Over 10,000 troops from the Army, ITBP, IAF and NDRF were part of the grand mission.
It was thanks to some of these Mi-17 V5 aircrafts of the Indian Air Force that several of our people stranded in the higher reaches of Uttarakhand were actually saved. Hundreds of pilots of the Indian Air Force from on board these Mi-17s and other aircrafts of the Indian Force actually tried their best to reach to the upper reaches of Kedarnath, the Gaurikund and the adjoining areas to rescue thousands of people who had been stranded there who were on pilgrimage of the Char Dhams, and Kedarnath being the worst affected areas, hundreds of people being killed there.
This mission was planned down to the last detail. There were several small-scale operations being executed simultaneously. Getting it wrong at any level was not an option.
Alongside, I also wish to assure that our efforts would continue. We are getting information that there may be still some survivors in certain areas. Like I'm told, yesterday we had the input that north of Badrinath there was some personnel, 40 of them. We had launched yesterday sorties, but we couldn't detect them. We will be doing again if the weather permits. But endeavor is to locate all our citizens wherever they are and get them out.
The task was specific and had to be allocated to men cutting across different service groups. But they all worked in tandem.
There's been a rain all over, and there are chances that landslide wherever it has happened, it might get amplified, and it adds on to the people being evacuated from there. So there's a requirement of moving to those people and get them evacuated as soon as possible. And as you know, we've come from a different command as well. So we've operated in this area earlier, but all pilots need to be well clear over the hills lines and keep the safety limits in mind. And we are operating at the higher limits, so the margin of safety is limited.
Racing against time, thousands of combat-ready armed forces personnel using some of their best military skills to rescue hundreds of exhausted, stranded tourists in the flood-affected areas of Uttarakhand.